everyone on YouTube, I forgot to record the start of this, but I am working on a map of Dominaria. So, yeah. Yeah, no, but referring to the new, the fire song and whatnot, since I'm doing the thing where, like, I want to have a, whatchamacallit, a commander deck of each color combination. I already am pretty sure that I want my Boros commander to be an Angel tribal deck, because I love Innistrad. And Boros Angel, like, I mean, there's arguments for going like mono white angels, but I mean, a lot of the really solid like reasons to go Angel tribal are Boros. And I think I want for mono white, I want to either do a deck based around Gideon, because I do like Gideon, or a deck based around SRAM, Senior Edificer. Okay, so got those. Remind me what Shauna was. Also, just clear out. Let's make sure like this is like only a leak-free stream, just because not everyone may have wants to know about the leak documents. Might be waiting for the actual spoilers, but yeah, I've read the spoilers or leaks because I guess like the leaks were made official, but it's still like kind of like a leaks. But yeah, birds and things. But some people might not want to. Oh, interesting. What's the creature type on them? Human soldier. Darn, I was hoping this would be warrior, because I'm making warrior tribal soon. That's gonna be the next video I do. On the poll I did after the Super High Friends video, Redless +1/+1 counters has won. So that's the deck I actually have currently partially constructed over there. I pointed there while standing up and I realized you can't see it because the camera's down here. Okay, so we got the edges of the grid all spread out. So we're gonna start this grid. Actually, I'm now looking at this. Let me look at something. Yeah, I don't like how those lined up. Got a nice kneadable eraser. Traxa. I'm actually not doing a Traxa. I'm doing, where's the thing? I'm doing Rayhan, Last of the Abzan, and Ishai, Ojutai, something. The bird that is essentially, it's like a Managor, not Managor, yeah, Managor or Hydra, or like Taran Minotaur, but it is a bird and has flying. Mox Amber looks really interesting, and that is going right into my humans deck. Yeah, no, but seriously, she will definitely be in my humans deck. And like my human deck is already like, because it's 4-color humans, and it's like already pretty much like kind of like a legendary tribal sub theme. Oh, that has not been spoiled yet, so I'm not going to talk about it. But there's an artifact in the leak that I'm just like, that is going right into that deck. I need to run by Mock's boarding house and pick up some work, just staples, mostly ramp. Because I am quite low. Need more Kodama's reaches and cultivates and whatnot. Signets. Oh, yeah, I am so pumped for Dominaria. Like, I wasn't around for Dominaria because I'm younger than Magic, but, and I only started actually during Shadows of Innistrad. But, I've gotten super into the lore, so I'm really excited for all that. Yeah, so now we're going to start actually doing this grid. So, going to align with my marks. And gonna do just a light across. And gonna do, yeah, there's been very few sets, like, I mean, I've been excited for all sets because, I don't know, I'm a sucker and I also sold my souls to Wizards years ago. Yeah, no. I've known people at Wizards for a long time, and they kept trying to get me into Magic for years and years, and I kept resisting, saying, no, I'm fine with just D&D, which I started playing when I was 6. Yeah. So the actual, like, super accuracy of this grid is not totally important. It's mostly just here for, whatchamacallit. Oh. You look up, Vancouver? Oops. It's really cool. It's not a place I super like to, like, play Magic, except for, like, on occasion. It's just too crowded for me, and I prefer, like, smaller LGSs and have, like, a more, like, intimate experience, like, with, like, people, but, intimate's not the right word, but, for, like, getting singles, it's really cool. It's just kind of like on the website when you want to buy singles there, where you go up to, like, a computer and you go into their database and you order your cards on there, and then, like, you then are like, and then they just have a guy bring them for you from your back room, so you don't actually have to flip through, like, binders and boxes and stuff. So it's, like, super convenient. Where'd you go? Yeah. Gonna keep doing this map. What I really should be doing is, like, I don't know, finishing my cosplay for GP Seattle, but I'm not. I am doing this. Something that is not beneficial for... It's not really time sensitive. I mean, it's kind of time sensitive. Like, I got that sweet Reddit karma. Yeah. I really need to finish my cosplay. Because that's in, like, 2 weeks. I actually have on my schedule I haven't posted yet for next week. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, for, like, the, or legit, like, the LGS, like, my preferred LGS, which is, Phoenix Comics and Games on Capitol Hill. Great place. Great. All the employees are great, and it's wonderful, and, I actually haven't really get up there as much as I'd like. There's a core group, but, because it is, like, on Capitol Hill in Seattle, it, like, you have a core group, but there's still plenty of, like, new people, like, new faces who are, like, just in town, or just come like once every month or so, or things like that. So it's, like, a nice, like, balance, whereas kind of like Mox, you just get lost in everything. And, like, Seattle is, like, super nice because it's, like, not one of those places where, like, you have to worry about, like, events not firing and stuff, because usually there's enough people. my problem with Mox is that they have a display case with like some guru lands just taunting me because they look beautiful and wonderful. And I want them. Not for a deck, for my basic land collection. I'm actually working on right now is kind of like collecting like unique basic lands, and I want to do almost like not a binder of them, but almost like a scrapbook of essentially every, like, well, maybe not every basic land, but as many as I can, and just kind of like each page like have the basic lands on each page, but also like surround them, decorating them with like the set or product they came from, and like some information about it, and yeah. Oh. What decks do you play in EDH? I don't really follow Standard or Modern that much. I am mostly a draft gal. Cannot wait till they add drafting to Magic Arena. That one's a little bit off, but that's okay. Okay, gonna keep just overlaying this grid. I actually don't know that one. I'll have to look it up. Currently my favorite lands is probably the originally in C16 Rebecca Gay lands. I know it's kind of cliche because it's like, oh no, that's not a unique thing. Like they even made like promos of it, and like they're super sought after, but it's like they're so beautiful. I love them so much. I love her art. And I'm messing up things. Alright, cool. I recently just made a Super Friends deck. Although if you watch the video, you know that, but I don't know. I wanted red in my Super Friends deck. Also, I can't afford Atraxa. I'm not about dropping that much money on one card. That's cool. Eventually I'll get a Atraxa to put in the 99 to that deck. Yeah, I'm not really super familiar with that one because that was before my time. My first like commander product was C16, so like I'm all about those partner commanders. Yeah, no, sweet, yeah. That one, the ones I got the full decks for that one was Yidris. Mostly because I wanted to make a Vial Smasher deck, and I love my Vial Smasher deck. But also for, I also got the Saskia, because Saskia is hot as all hell. Also, she's a really great commander for humans, if you don't want to go just Selesnya humans. I really think blueless humans is probably like the best way to go with humans right now. Because it's like with 5 colors, like, okay, you have the choice of, if you want an actual human, you have Tazri, who might tutor for a random ally in your deck, or you will have Corona the False God, who's just a generic, like, great, like, not great, but like solid, like, tribal 5-color commander. And I was like, you know what, they're probably not going to print a 5-color human commander that's like any better. And then the Dominaria leaks came out. Yeah, I need to get a Sisay for my humans deck. Like, not as the calm, but like just because of all the legendaries in it. Like, that said though, I don't know, I'm not a fan of tutors in EDH, because it's like one of the things I like about EDH is its lack of consistency. And it's like, and like making each game feel different. And I feel tutors kind of like take away from that. And I don't know. It's like I'm not opposed to people running tutors. It's just like not my style. Okay, so I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Okay, so this access is done, and now we get to turn it sideways and drink some tea. Alright, so continuing on the super exciting magic themed grid drawing. Okay, so let us continue moving. Okay. And let us... Yeah, it's like if I wanted to play like a super consistent, like accurate deck. Yeah. We're just saying, it's like I would just like play a 60 card constructor format. Which I do. I've been following the craze and getting into Pauper. So that's exciting. I'm just gonna finish this grid. I almost made the marks on this one like too light on this side because I can barely see it. I'm terrible and play Boggles. Which is actually like, Pauper Boggles is actually like most of modern Boggles and its cards. It's like one of those things where it's like, if I want to upgrade to modern Boggles, like it won't actually be that hard. No interacting with my board. That's not allowed. For a while on Magic Arena, I was playing essentially a version of Boggles. I was playing Sultai Boggles, where I just get like hexproof tokens and Jade Guardians and whatnot, and just like build them up, load them up with like Mark of the Vampires and whatnot, and go to town. It wasn't the best deck, but it was fun. And then I got bored, and then with that, and then I just went to like, okay, let's just go solid all in like standard competitive level. Yeah. But I just did normal Merfolk, which is like all your Kaminas and Deep Root Warriors, and kind of like just pumping everything up and winning that way. And then I got bored of that, and then I went after that. Then I went into the deep end and started playing 5-color control, and I love my 5-color control deck. I'm sad that I'm gonna lose it, but I'll make a new one with Almond Cut Block, which gives me more weird janky win conditions. Although, to be fair, I might just play like Esper approach. At least at the beginning while I'm building up a collection. And then I'll switch to Ultimate Jade. Come on, give me more lead. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. And continue on. This grid is coming together. Okay. Yeah, gonna just keep drawing out this grid. Once we're done with this, then the fun stuff can happen. Okay. So, any suggestions? So the top of the border, like I said, is going to be like the Weatherlight and like members like the Weatherlight crew and whatnot. Any suggestions for what the bottom should be? Fair an Abzan ramp deck that splashes white, basically for early approach. It's fun time. Yeah, no, that's like honestly right now, like in my 5-color control deck, it was essentially I had all these jank cards, and then I had Master Divine's acquisition to have a sideboard filled with more jank. Although usually it ended up being like just Mastermind acquisition for either a Settle the Wreckage or a that other spell, Slaughter the Strong, to deal with like a Carnage Tyrant or an out of control board. And then or alternatively, if I was playing against a control deck, my own Carnage Tyrant to just take care of them. Because what's the way to fight Carnage Tyrant? With Carnage Tyrant. It's a mid-range and a control card. Okay, almost done here. Yeah, obviously. Okay. Keep drawing this out. I'm actually kind of excited for like having like a time, being able to put together a time lapse of making this map. And so at the same time, like all the stuff on this map will be available. All these videos will be available on my secondary. Yes, I am. I am working on Arlen Cord cosplay. So yeah. Oops. I got partially together. I have like the belt done and some components. I need to hit up a... It does not include any pet wolves, unfortunately. I don't think they'd allow that in the convention center. But essentially I gotta hit up the thrift store and get some more components. Okay. Yeah. Nah, that sucks. I might be going to Portland, but it won't be cosplaying because if I'm going down to Portland, I will be competing. Because it's a limited GP and I want to compete. I've never actually competed in a GP before because I just haven't had the opportunity to. And I was like thinking about doing it for Seattle, but it's like, it's standard and I don't feel like A, buying a standard deck, and B, paying to play standard, a format which isn't even my favorite format. Like, I think Arena will make me like standard, but standard's like one of those things where it's like at the point where like I don't want to go out. If I'm going to be going out to a store, I don't want to be playing standard. Okay, so let us... you right there, and you right there. Actually, I am currently, there we go, that looks better. I'm setting up my screen so I can actually see the Dominaria map. And the chat at the same time. Okay. And back to OBS. Okay. So now we are, okay, grid's done. So we have 2 inches of space above, 2 inches of space below. Let's actually make sure we can actually see the whole map, or more or less. I should put on some light. Which is something in modern warfare. Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, I prefer limited, and like, I don't know, I'll have fun, I'd have fun, but I would just have just as much fun just like going to the GP and just jamming drafts. Okay, let's actually get some proper lighting going on in here, because okay. So we have about, honestly, with the grid, because if you remember, we have nope, wrong one. That one. Yeah, so we have oh, fun. What are you running? So we have this space up here to actually like put the border and stuff, and the space down there, and that is going to be that depiction of the Weatherlight crew and stuff. Weatherlight up here, I'm not sure down here yet, but essentially before then though, I'm going to make the border along that will be below that, and we'll probably erase some of it, but yeah. Gotta switch back to full screen. Cool. So, okay, I'm gonna go in. Yeah, I'm only moderately familiar with the current modern meta. Oh no, there's too many decks for me to keep track of. What a terrible thing. Okay, so let's actually look. I'm gonna look up some Magic Dominaria art. Hi. Okay. I guess I just want to find like some nice like influence of like ideas of what I want to do. Ooh, what's the key art there? That one lady. Because I was thinking I could replica some of like the patterns on like the Church of Sarah stained glass. Yeah, no, you're seeing it from the very beginning, because I don't know. This is kind of like, I saw this today and I kind of did this on a whim for like creating this. Like, I've done other maps. I don't know if you were around for like when I showed off like, here's my Gailanor. And this is honestly not the best map I have, but it's one of the few that I still have lying around. And that's kind of what we're doing, but with nicer things. And actually, this one would be full color and whatnot. Okay, so what was I looking for? I was trying to find the stuff. Magic.wizards.com. Yeah. Magic the Gathering, not Rivals of Ixalan. I want to look up Dominaria. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I want to look up... Oh, it's in the story, I believe. There's some art that I can new story today. I have not read it yet, all because I essentially got up, went through my feed, saw this, and I was like, I am going to stream this. Yeah. Honestly, like, Dominaria is one of those things where it's like, honestly, I could probably, if I could find like a detailed enough map, like, go in and do a map of every, whatchamacallit, of like every continent or region. Okay, that is not what I wanted. Okay, so the Dominaria didn't have anything, so let's go to Google Images, everyone's favorite source for. So when doing art, remember, reference images are your friends. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, this is the art I wanted to look at. Okay, so, okay, that's a reference piece I want. Oh, no, copy image location. Well, I should look at the feed. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, paste and go. Cool. Okay, so words that mean things. Yes, that's exactly what I want. I was thinking about Nope. This picture right here. I was looking for that stained glass. Geez, can I? If someone could find like a larger version of that picture, that'd be great. Is that bigger? No. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so we have a lot of just like spiraling out designs, kind of like crisscrossing and stuff. Cool. So now I'm gonna cross-reference this with the actual like Dominaria map because I don't want to make sure like I don't like overdo some of the stuff. Yeah, it never is. And with my limited ability to do stuff, is this the center? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, that is the center. So, yeah, so we have 2 and like pretty much about halfway up there. So, I'm gonna just start out by, actually, what's the Dominaria set symbol? I know what it is, but I want to look at it exactly. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Twitter. Come on. Ooh, good pictures of the weather light. That's what I need. That's something I need. Copy link to tweet and paste and go. Cool. Cool. That's not what I wanted. Hi, you get to see all of the artistic process from the beginning. And by the beginning, oh, that picture of Karn, that's actually important. Oh no, that's not Saren in the background. That is, in fact, Urza. Which is not what I want. He's kind of a jerk. And by kind of mean, he's a massive jerk. It's like, I was reading the Brothers, like the Brothers War was just two assholes being assholes to each other. I kind of like didn't like Brothers War because it's like, I don't find any of the characters here sympathetic. It's just like, oh look, everyone around them is dying. Yeah, okay. So I think I just want to kind of go more like general. Okay, so there's lots of coming to points and kind of like spiraling off of those points. So we have things coming to points and like the opposite curve coming out in a lot of the stuff. So we have the middle section here. And again, I want to have yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have this center one is going to come up a little bit more than the others. And we're going to make it kind of like, I don't know. I guess I can make that full screen again. Yeah. Move stuff around. Yeah. Jeez, I've been streaming for an hour already? Time flies when you're having fun. Where are we? Okay, so we have 1, 2. Just kind of like sketching out this here. These we're gonna have like the border be along the 2 line, but it can poke out a little bit. Like we don't want to go too far out, but we want to keep it like within that space. And I also want to have like room mostly down here, which I'll fill up with the design after, like figure out like what I want to be down here and like all that. But yeah, so we have this here. So if we look back at my reference images, always look back at reference images. Reference images are your friend. So I'm gonna have a second one stemming from down there. Coming out that way. Don't know if you can see. Let me actually zoom in. Yeah. So we're gonna have this kind of coming up here. And we'll have this one also coming from that direction. Across Honestly, you could probably zoom in even more. Boop, boop. Yeah. As I make a bunch of markings and figure things out, I have this one sweep in the same way. And go back to our reference images because reference images are your friends. Yeah. And we want some parallel lines to that based on what some of these look like. So you have like these two. And then I'm going to have one that's like slightly outside of that one. And I'm going to go in when I like do this and fill in the centers of these with, because I'm going to have like do this with black ink. And then I'm going to go in with like a lighter, like almost like watercolor and do the stained glass effect on this. I think, I don't know, I'm still in the conceptualizing phase. One thing that's really nice for these tight angles about these kneadable erasers is that you can knead them to like a point here. And, kind of like figure out all of that and get like the right angle. So normally I do the border first and like I'll finish the border. But for this one I might be think so. How do I want to finish this border? Did I have this one slope around and we're going to have it okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. Counting out, making things symmetrical. Oh yeah. We're going to be doing a different design for the top because the top will have the words Dominaria. Honestly, yeah, no, they're also just therapeutic. I keep it on my desk just to like play with when I'm like idly just wanting to fidget with something. Okay, so we have that going down, that going down. Start from the middle here. And I want have these come in and have a line come up and a line come up and we'll have this one terminate there and the other one like on the same spot on the other side. And then we're going to have this one parallel this one for a little bit until they intersect and come up like that. And again, this one's going to parallel that one until I have it just keep going along that curve and it will intersect like there. And then I'm going to have remove some guidelines because the guidelines are confusing my actual lines. Parallel this one, but further. Hello, Loku. And come down. This one will also come up to about there before going back down. Actually, you should be closer to like right there. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Okay, you come up. And then we're just gonna make some internal designs right here to give this place some like shape. And then we're gonna do, so that long sweeping curve, we're gonna have a parallel one that terminates right before the middle of the busy area. And this one doesn't go out enough. That one should be going out to there. Yeah. And then we have the interior one. Okay. You know, actually I'm going to have it intersect with the inner one here instead of that one. Have it terminate there. And then I'll have, starting from here, and that's a bit higher than I want. Honestly, I go to town with borders. Borders are one of my favorite parts of making maps. Someone texted me. You stuck again. I don't. Hey, Dr. Suplex. It's going well. We're working on the border of this map. Which isn't the map part, but it's still fun. Doing a stained glass pattern based on the like stained glass windows of the Church of Sarah. Let's just erase all that because that's getting dirty. Okay. Cool. So that's going there, that's going there, that's going there. Excuse me. That goes there, that goes there. Back to our reference images, because reference images are very important. Oh, okay, so these parallel lines actually shouldn't be truly parallel. We should have them start at like more or less the right location. So we're gonna actually have this one start and diverge. And start same place and then diverge. Okay, so all that's there, that's there. I'm going to add in me looking up more pictures of that. Okay, so now function name. This is art for art's sake. They came out with a official map of Dominaria, and I'm like, I make maps too. I make replica maps, so I'm making a replica map of Dominaria. I guess you could use this for like a D&D campaign you set in Dominaria. Cool. So now we're going to look back at that, just like make sure we have that. Alright, cool. So now we're just going to have, I'm going to make a few extra lines to just give some more intersections. I'm not used to doing meeting at intersections because I'm used to doing like a lot of Celtic knots and stuff. But this, we are not making Celtic knots. We are making, in fact, stained glass. So there, you should stem from the same spot. Okay. And then I'll have this kind of like have this a wide arc. Connecting that whole thing. Which means I shouldn't have that, so that one I want to start from the other side. There we go. So you have this big, like kind of like stained glass pattern for Sarah. And I might add lines after that. But since this is going to be in the foreground, let's actually just hop in there with some calligraphy. So for this, I'm going to be using a C4 nib. It is, just looks like it's got, it is the smallest nib that still has like horizontal length. And we're just going to go in and I'm going to do this. I'm going to ink in this part, just kind of like show off like this ink thing and how it'll look, and how kind of like the rest of the piece is going to look. Need to go grab some of my other nibs too, because okay, so I'm going to put this lid over here where it's far away from, actually that looks like a bad idea. Put it over here. And okay, so got some ink, just some plain black ink. And I don't have any paper. 1 second. Typically you do want to like do some test strokes every time you get ink, otherwise you might get like a big glob of ink, and you don't want that on a map because then you can't take it off. Alright, let's continue drawing and moving in the alley. Okay. Cool. Okay. Welcome to my notebook of random ink drawings and also magic life totals. Okay. So just gonna do some dabs. See that dab, well, you can't see, but it has some extra ink, so we're going to just go over and start this. Let's do this one. I'm just going to do very thin lines to begin with, and then I'll go back over them a bit thicker. I'm going sideways with the pen because that can give you a nice fine line, even with a nib that is otherwise has width to it. Well, a significant width. All nibs have width. It is a mat. It does take up space. It is made of matter. So now I immediately did the thing where you're not supposed to do, which is you're supposed to like go this way on when you're drawing, so it like doesn't, your hand doesn't go in the ink, and I immediately messed that up. But that's hard when you're having like intertwining pieces and stuff. And we're just gonna go in and put those in. Cool. And we're gonna do the one starting from here. I should zoom in further. As much as I can each time. Okay. There we go. That looks good. I have not made a mistake yet. Okay. Just a little bit upward. Yeah, that's what is usually the case. If you actually look on the maps, like there's actually so many mistakes on any given map, which is, I just tell myself, it's like, that's part of what makes it like authentically handmade. But most people never notice. Like the famous one for that, like no one ever notices that I did one of the first maps I made was for my friend. It was a map of Skyrim from the first era, but it was all from the perspective of the Dwemer, so they had all of the Dwemer names for everything. So I did that, but I spelled the Dwemer name for Black Creature wrong, and I was like beating myself up over it. But I was like also like, literally no one is going to know. Like even diehard like Elder Scrolls fans will really know. For my D&D campaigns, pretty much most D&D campaigns, I'll make a map this nice, very rarely. Okay, that goes there. Cool. I'm gonna just continue with these parts in the center. Okay, I know I like redid that one, but I'm actually gonna go back to my original plan of making them parallel. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get into it. It's hard to find friends really. Like, I'm still struggling actually to find an in-person campaign after my last one fell apart. I have people who are interested, but like conflicting schedules and yeah. If I don't reply to you, it's probably because I'm looking at the canvas. And I will try to look up occasionally. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I have an online campaign going, and like, you know what, like, online isn't my favorite way to do it. Like, I definitely prefer in person, but I mean, when worst comes to worst, an online campaign is nice to have. And honestly, they also end up being like a lot more consistent, I find. Yeah, I'm just playing that with like a guild I was part, like an offshoot branch of a guild that I was part of. True. The hardest thing about doing it online is that it's hard to share books. Okay, that's coming together. Guild. Yeah, it was from a different game. It was from, it was a Guild Wars 2 guild, which I used to play a lot. Surprise, surprise, I'm a nerd. So all these lines I'll probably thicken up, just to make a better impression, but I'm kind of like just like making a thing, because with a construction kind of like this, where I'm worried about confusing some of the lines and having it like fade a little bit. Yeah, I'm not really playing any MMOs at the moment. I'm excited for the prospect of the Magic MMO that's under development. Granted, it's still years away, but especially from a Vorthos perspective, that'll be really interesting. Be interesting how they handle canonicality, canonicalness. That word, you know what I'm saying. Within the game, where is the events that happen in the game like canonical for all of it, or is it kind of like the partial canonical, which has like a lot of universes do, and they expand into like different like franchises do. Yeah, that's the word. Where it's kind of like, this is canon unless directly contradicted by like the official, like the main Magic story. And that's probably what they'll do. Like, I know, like, that's how, like, a lot of, like, non-comic franchises that get comic books will often do that. Where it's kind of like, it's, like, canonical unless it doesn't exactly work, which kind of, like, sucks, because it, like, just means that, like, it just doesn't matter a lot of the time in terms of, but yeah. Lord of the Rings is really weird, because it's kind of like, it's one of those things where it's like, Lord of the Rings has things that have singular authors are weird, because it's like, it gets to the point where it's like, if he didn't write it, is it really canon? And because, is anything that isn't Tolkien canon? And yeah. Mm. The thing is, like, just having things being inconsequential is that, like, they're gonna want to, like, bring out some of their, like, key locations and characters in the MMO to, like, draw audiences and stuff. like even if it's like kind of like not as like maybe not as main characters, but the kind of like drop-ins. Um, oops, my first smudge. It happens. Oops. I now have a crescent-shaped dot. Well, based on the key art for the Matter 2018 core set, like that actually is looking like it might actually have like, if nothing else, like some story set up. But it'd be nice to like have the magic amount to like maybe like explore locations where we like may not actually like be visiting, like in the actual thing anytime soon. Okay. So there we go. There's our first piece of the lower border. Um, yeah. I don't see any glaring flaws of the proportions. Okay, so I'm gonna go make some more tea real quick, and then we're going to probably like sketch out the as like pretty much I'm kind of like stalling a little bit so it can dry, like in like a few minutes. But then we're gonna expand out the border like from here to actually form like the actual like border. We're not gonna pin that in yet because I'm probably gonna put like I don't know some icons or characters on that. I'll keep it zoomed in until I come back. But yeah, and then probably going to then move up to the top half and work on the border there and kind of like get the border all situated. All right, well, I will be right back. Alright, I'm not fully back yet. My tea's still waiting for water boil. But yeah. So, okay. But I do need to came back to grab this to clean off. Clean. Gotta clean your nibs off. Otherwise, bad things happen. Yeah. So, let's put you back on here. Let's close you up, because we're not going to do any more ink right now. I just wanted to give people an example of, here's some cool ink stuff, and that's how we're going to do that. Water still is deboiling. Takes a while. Okay, so let's go. Transform. Fit to screen. Alright, cool. Back to the full map. So that's still like a very small part. Also, I went really loud. So yeah. So if we look at the words that mean things. So if I go back to this map here, which we overlaid the grid on and stuff, so we want probably about like the actual border to be about halfway on the 3rd inch. So yeah, so we're gonna start working on that. Oops, that is reference images. Use reference images. They're about to do. I have to switch to a non-video camera screen because I don't know. I've set up something wrong, and Audacity doesn't like words that mean things. Not Audacity. This is OBS. OBS doesn't like switching to the cameras because this is technically a different camera input than my other camera inputs. This is a like full like whatever the aspect ratio is, and the other one is a smaller aspect ratio. So yeah. So we're gonna want. Now we're back in pencil. So this border will go until about here. Roughly. Like it can dip in and out of that, but that's kind of like our center line for the Also, I don't know how long I'm gonna do this, but it may wait for I do have to go off and like set some soup simmering soon. Nice alliteration. Soup simmering soon. So I might take a close the stream for a little bit while I get the soup simmering, and then I might come back. But I'll figure it out. But my water just boiled, so I'll be right back. Alrighty. Lily has acquired tea. And... okay. So... stop streaming to start simmering soup soon sounds sensational. Yeah. I just don't know when the soup needs to be done by. After 5. Okay. About 5. So I need to start simmering the succulent soup. Probably about... yeah, we have time. I have at least a couple hours, or until my hand burns out. This one is a Madagascar vanilla. If you wanna... woo. It's a black tea, but it's good. Delicious. Okay, back to maps. Okay, we don't need you anymore because we don't need a dab thingamajigs anymore. Okay, so we have this here, this here. So what I'm going to do, so we have the stained glass pattern. So I'm probably going to do kind of like a gilded edge. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at more like Church of Sarah iconography. Okay, so they have pretty like just standard Western edges and stuff. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Where'd my dashboard go? There, where we are. Okay, so gonna look down actually. No, to do the obvious thing and just kind of like push this up. And we're going to, and then we want the second one. We'll terminate. About there. This one we won't have like a large center thing. Because this one is going to say Dominaria. Yeah. So, yeah, so because like up here, like front and center, we're gonna have Dominaria. That's not center. Front and center. Dominaria. And it's gonna be nice and big, but we're focusing down here still. So, yeah. Okay, so halfway. Okay, so I'm probably going to adjust how I'm sitting. So I'm thinking I'm going to do like a curve up here, kind of like you know, kind of like the standard curves that like are in like the modern card design. So we're gonna have it start here, and it will just curve up there, and we're gonna make it look fancy. But otherwise, yeah, we're gonna curve up there. Yeah, no, I'm just wearing some flannel, oops, thing. Yeah, no, I am not the type of person to wear actual pants in my own home. I am not about that life. I don't even put on makeup to record. Oh, I need to be better about that. I also need to not, like, have my voice spike. Okay. Cool. So that goes up, that goes up. Well, they're warm. They're very comfortable. Cool. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know what I'm talking? Okay. What if, like, in one of these corners, we had like kind of like this like stonework here, like all along the center, and this can be like kind of like a stonework kind of like thing. But then this can like kind of like the stonework can move up into like what's it called? Sarah's Sanctum. Yeah, that's gonna look great. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Google. Image. Sarah's Sanctum. Not the card, the art. What's the biggest one we got? Okay, actually that one's actually not that bad at all. Yeah, can I see it? Cool. Switch over to this one. But like this in the lower right hand corner over here. I guess that's the lower left hand corner, but sue me. Yeah, that'll look good. Don't worry about it. It happens to all of us. Nope, that's not what I want. I'm just here bumbling about with yeah. Sarah's Sanctum. Come on, make it as big as possible. Cool. Okay, maybe not that big. Cool. Okay, I gotta get the reference image. Okay, so essentially I'm not gonna do like the full drawing yet, but I'm kind of like rough out the area that it's in. Or should I? Yeah, I should do that. Okay, let's go back to facecam mode. Okay, because I want to overlay it properly with the Dominaria grid. Let me move to this one. Alright, so we have this, and we want it to come out like over here. We will need a compass, but there's lots of water and stuff to put the compass on. So also I should know that I'm not matching the style. I'm just like using the map for that. I'm probably going for like my standard, which is like a more like Tolkien-esque style. And also this is good to have it over here because there's nothing like super important over there. Okay, so yeah, grab this wallpaper, copy image. Okay, we're gonna make a new layer because reasons, and copy it, and we're gonna paste it, and we're gonna delete that, and we're going to just erase the surrounding area. It doesn't need to be a tight edit. I just need to be able to properly see its proportions and where I want to put it. Cool. I just kind of want to see how much space I want it to take up. Okay, so right now it would be like, if we had that like line up with there, that's a little large for what I want. Let's scale it down a little bit. Yeah, that's more like what I want. Yeah, how does that look? I think that looks quite nice. I'm used to like erasing things, mostly my head for thumbnail images. Alright, so let us switch back to nope. There we go. Back to full camera. I have to bring you back. Goodbye mouse, cause reasons. And yeah. Pencil. That is the part I want, right? Yeah. And now to zoom and enhance. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to... Yeah, it's my bed. My desk is actually a kitchen table set up at my bed. The kitchen table's nice because when I'm doing like smaller art, I can actually have like my computer like pushed back and everything, and I can like have space to like have my notebook and stuff. And yeah, I guess you can only see my hands over here right now. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so let us begin. I can keep blowing this up larger and larger. Okay. So this lower spike begins 3 over at the bottom. So and then this one, we have the center segment that kind of like will root the whole thing. That goes, not quite that far, like there, all the way. It's pretty much almost halfway. Cool. And then that sticks down from there to, well, to be fair, actually that should probably be scooted down closer to the actual line. Cool. And then we have this one that goes all the way down there, and it just kind of like roughs out. This is just like a very rough, like, this is roughly where everything is. Sweet. Okay, so that's the base of Sarah Sanctum, and it's going to curve out all the way out over there and kind of form this corner. I'm just gonna jam pack this border full of just like both the top and the bottom here, just full of like various like imagery from Dominaria. So like down here is probably focus on there. I said Weatherlight up top and some other things going on. Okay, so then we have just like some buildings here. Which, honestly, I could keep zooming. Well, now we're getting quality decrease, but oh well. And bad angle. Eh. I can't put it actually on this because, like, it's bouncy. Otherwise I would put it closer. And behind me is not a stable surface because it is a bed. Let's move my mic closer to me. Sorry for the noise. Yeah. And then we have this kind of like Jabba the Hutt palace thing. Sarah is Jabba the Hutt, confirmed. Welcome to Lily's Vorthos channel, where I have all the great theories. Yeah. As we sketch out Sarah's kingdom. Okay. Cool. Maybe not specifically just like a sail barge, but because like I don't know, that was kind of like overlaps with like having the weather light there. Which I will have. Nope, that one should be much higher. Also, actually, at this point, we can also probably like erase the areas over there. But I'm not yet. Also, sorry, I'm quiet now because I am concentrating. Like, sure, yeah, this isn't actually part of like the map itself, but I don't know, just like little details like this are like very important for making the map come alive. Even though I haven't done any actual map, but I wanted to find the border before I start working on that map. And then, okay, then we have the curve, that which goes pretty much like that. Apart from right here, we have a little thingy-majig moved down. And actually that goes all the way around and then back up. It's yeah, cool. And then that goes a little bit further, and then we got got this, which yeah, it looks right. And then we got kind of just like coming down. While I'm doing this, I'm also kind of like looking at like, okay, how am I going to honestly simplify it? Like the lines and like what specific lines I'm going to do for the calligraphy strokes for this. Well, you're thinking it depends on thingamajig is honestly for this more time period. What's its are more of kind of like in a Stradi thing. Easy mistake to make though, because like it is very kind of like similar, like inspired architecture. Yeah, no, I mean it's an easy mistake to make. This has like almost a... That should be over a lot more. And then at the top of this part, we have this round thing. Then we have another round thing up here. Which culminates in this spire, which goes all the way up there. And I'll probably do some like shading on that side. Yeah, this is looking good so far. Now I gotta do the other end of this. So I can take that for now. Okay, so we don't have. Okay, so that lower spire is done. So the detail work I want to add to this is like that. Yeah. Okay, so and now we're gonna actually want to. That should be a bit more. One second. And I'm gonna keep going down a bit further. Yeah. Okay, that's looking good so far. And okay, that goes down there, that goes up there. There's little more filly things, and that goes up. And then, oh no. Oh, I made this shifted over one than I wanted to do, which is not the end of the world. It just will be shifted over one. That would have been bad if it was part of the map, but this being shifted over one won't ruin anything. We'll just have like more of the border over here. This will just be sticking out a little bit more. Okay. This happens. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to finish this lower border and then probably call the stream here, but we still got a while to go on that. And then probably the next stream will be the upper border, and then maybe after that we'll actually get to the map. Because we've been already going for 2 hours. Or I might take a break and then come back and do whatchamacallit, do more. Okay, and that one, it's like halfway up. We have this big thing going up. Oh. We've got some lines here, and then that just like connects up there. Then this thing, which is no. That one should start up much higher. And then that begins like right there. Yeah. Cool. And then this kind of just goes up and like look, is these spiky things. Is that all they are? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and then that goes up. Okay, but then there's one more, kind of one of these, like, structures, and then we have this going up high, and that finishes off there, and then we have just this right here, which is one final tower on the side, which is, it's just kind of like gets progressively bigger as it goes down. Wait, that should start there. Halfway down. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's part of that spire. Oh, okay. Sarah's Sanctum is complicated. Yeah. Yeah. Intricate's a word for it. Also annoying. Nah, I like it. Cool. I almost want to push all that over a little bit because that like looks a little bit too out. So I'm gonna do that. Yay, redoing work I've already done. It's good to make it look good. Yeah. And then we have this, which kind of goes up, and then we have that thing again. Cool. So now we have what is a very unwieldy piece of thing. At least a rough sketch. Here we go. Yeah, Sarah's Sanctum. And we're now going to work in the actual rest of the border. That's fun. Okay. This pencil's fading. Probably need to like reference all of it again when I re-ink it, like the base images, but you know what? That's okay. Because references are your friends. Yay. Yeah. Okay. So. Alright, so I am now going to do just like some neat, like a stonework for the rest of the border. So we're gonna redraw the slime. And that'll go up. And probably in this corner I'll have a made by Lily Haran. That's how we talk. Trust me. And over here Oops. Ooh, almost knocked over my tea. Over here, which I can. Ooh. Ooh. Go back to, moving that up there. I'm gonna go with the font I use, and it will be in Comic Sans. Now, what I'm gonna do is probably for most of this is actually use Balearin, which is the like font that's used in all the Modern Magic cards. I need to learn how to do that font. So yeah. Okay, so I want to. Stupid helicopters. Also, fun fact, the font that's used on the cards is called Dominaria. Plane overhead. Okay, so do I want to have more stuff down here, or do I want to make it, words that mean things, just more like a stain, continue the, like, the stained glass? I don't know, and I'm going to avoid that question by moving over here. Ooh! Ooh, I just thought of something. I could have this kind of corner, I don't know. Saying I could do something with like Yawgmoth and Phyrexia, and then I could have the like Made by Lay in Phyrexian. I need to look up how to write that, but yeah, I might do that. Okay, but back to the okay, so this one, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have this kind of like at 1 inch intervals, peel off down. To the 1/2 inch mark. Just experimenting with how I want this to look. Sorry I can't get a better camera angle on this. It's just my setup. It's not really made for this right now. Yeah, that was wrong. So this one will peel off that way. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to have the stone kind of like curve off. Where do I want a more angular stonework? A little more angular. Yeah, I like the angular better. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just kind of like making these cross marks, and I'm kind of just like making an easy to replicate pattern. Yeah, sorry I'm not talking as much. I just get focused on working on this. Cool. Yeah. And also now all of a sudden this curve isn't looking proper here. So let's have instead this just go straight across, and this 1, 2, and they will then just meet up here and all do what I did everywhere else along this way. All this one too needs this thing. This thing goes there and then down. And then as erased that bottom party thing. Cool. So, yeah. And then I'll do some nice, just kind of like filigree pattern. Kind of like stonework pattern. And it doesn't look good. Also, yeah, I'll just keep it like that. Alright, so there for the lower section of the border. Yeah. But now I'm going to actually add in some stained glass effects to that area. So actually I might do that after I ink everything else in. And now I'm going to go on to the side and essentially replicate that like pillar design, and I should make sure you can see what I'm working on. And in. So yeah, so this one hasn't gone that way, so these should be like that. We're not gonna have them go down yet because well, all the way down yet. Okay. And now we're going to need my erasers more so it's usable. And just going to erase those intersections. I don't need to erase them, but it makes it easier when I go back over it in ink. Yes, 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 you're very loud. Yes, 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 for a plane. Oh, nope, can't erase with that. That doesn't erase right now. Cool. And now I am going to think about how I want to do this. So I'm thinking this one will go all the way down. And then this one will go all the way down. Those will go up in there. But then this one, I want to actually have it come back around again. And I'm going to have it swing back around. I have that there, but this one, this edge one will actually go right in. Because I know what I'm doing. Believe it or not. Don't believe it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing around with space and patterns and hoping that I don't mess up. It's all you really can do. That one goes all the way, finishes going down after curling back up to the side. And then this one will essentially go the other way. Yeah. Okay. Alright, sounds good. Have fun. Yeah, I know. I'm probably gonna finish up this this area. I might ink it. Might not. Who knows? Depends on how long this part takes. Main thing is I gotta get off in like an hour and a half. Thanks for hanging out. And then this is where I'll say, created by Lilian. Thanks. Well, thanks for hanging out. And thank you so much. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just keep with this. So this one will be, center it here, and I'm gonna say, oops. This is for Kretzel, so it's gonna be, created by, and that'll be nicer calligraphy. Billy on, and then smaller text based on the map by, what's his name again? Jared Blando. Cool. Sweet. And this will be big fancier and whatnot when I get around to that. So, yeah. Honestly, for the lower border, I'm actually really happy with where this is going. Let me, transform, fit to screen, zoom out a little bit. Still have so much to go, like the actual map, but I've spent 2 hours, 40 minutes doing half of the border. Art is hard and takes a long time. Okay. Alrighty. Now we're going to... Yeah. Think about things. What do I want to do now? Okay, I think I want to go through and actually... Where does it mean things? I want to save all these that I have. All my reference images I need to save. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's not what I need. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Okay, within each of these, okay, I think, do I want to do like an internal archway on each one, or like what would that look like? Then I could do a stained glass in there, or I could just do straight stained glass in the pillars. Now I think I should do arches, but they're not perfect arches, they actually meet at a point. So I'll do that. I'll move back the zoom level to this corner. Oops, as much as I can, feasibly. Yeah. And easily. Okay, so we're going to continue working on that. And yeah, go down, across, and gonna... Okay, so we want to start probably about like halfway there from that inch mark. And then that part I'll probably, I don't know, I'll figure out what I'm doing for that. That one already can't go anywhere. And yeah. So in each of these will be like a little piece of stained glass. Pretty sure the official map was made digitally. And there's a lot of things you can do digitally that you can't do by hand. So it won't be... It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I even couldn't make an exact replica of it necessarily. Also, you should have... And go. Oops, nope, too far down. Yeah. Oops, nope. Keep forgetting that I can't use that eraser for this part. Cool. Back to go down. Sweet. Okay. So the stained glass there. Sarah's sanctum over here. Got that main part of stained glass. I almost want to like add another layer just to like thicken that line. I might do that. Okay, but it's time to go back to ink. And we're actually I'm gonna do this corner first because it'll be easier. Because it doesn't have Sarah's sanctum in it. Okay, now let's go over there. Don't need you. Okay, got my stuff right there. Actually though, I want to zoom in a little bit more. Nope, that's zoom out. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Cool. Go get back my ink. And ink brush and whatnot. Cool. Sorry. Oops, accidentally splattering ink on the map, but it makes it look authentic. And splattering ink all over me. So yeah. Alright, so let's start doing this border. Actually, let's start by kind of expanding out this. No, it's not in the shot right now. Yeah, you gotta have like that ink all over your body to like make it people like know that you're an artist. Oops, too much ink on the brush. Well, I guess it's not a brush. On the pen. Alright, so just kind of like accentuating that. So now time to go over and create this line. Cool. Awesome. Okay, now to do the, actually, still, I like to do all the lines that are facing the same direction at the same time, so I don't actually have to like adjust my hand position. Okay, now I can do the vertical ones. Well, not position, angle. Position moves, but honestly easier to move the position than it is the angle. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. It's not the end of the world. Cool. Now I can move across and start moving over. You know, borders are a lot of repetitive motions, as you like do. Like in some borders, this is a very complex border. All my maps aren't this complex when it comes to, bordering, but okay, and then we need to do these. Yeah. Cool. Sweet. That looks better when it actually has a proper ink on it. All right, let's move over to this side. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop about like on that one because Sarah Sanctum is gonna take some care. Yeah, cool. Oops. Mm-hmm. Oh, yay. Actual yay. That was not a sarcastic yay, but things happened and were found on a Minecraft server that I'm part of. And we were struggling on. So, oops. Right now I'm just kind of doing the areas that aren't touching directly Sarah's Sanctum, because I want to do Sarah's Sanctum next, and that'll be complicated. Alright. Yeah, so that's looking good, except for like the undone Sarah's Sanctum. But yeah. Okay. The center area I think will look, all this will like look really cool when I actually like put on all the color and stuff for all of the stuff, but yeah. Okay, let's do the outline of Sarah's Sanctum, which means I need to pull up reference images, because reference images are your friends. Yeah! That's, I've been singing a lot about reference images. Okay, that's fair, but yeah. Okay. Now for the moment of truth, it's inking in Sarah's Sanctum. Alright, so... Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I talk to myself a lot. Pretty sure I picked up from my dad. He literally does not stop singing. Hardly ever. Um, cool. um, words that mean things. Okay, is that someone just with my dad's taste in chat, or is that actually my dad? Because I do know he follows a lot of my stuff. Okay. How do I want to do this? This one actually should be moved over slightly. It's from my sketch. Hey, Alex Moita. Oh, Gabriel. Hi. How's it going? Nice to see you. But you know, my dad sings constant 80s songs. He's also the kind of person to show up on a stream and with a weird name and yeah, and I just kind of working on Sarah Sanctum here. Just kind of yeah. Get the proper shadows in. Cool. Yeah, no, it's a lot of 80s music, a lot of Billy Joel. Um, but also just random stuff. Okay. Now just kind of continue filling out. Link to this. Cool. Coming along. It's looking good. Okay, and then we have this part right here, which sticks out. Yeah, okay. This is actually turned out quite nicely. Fortunately, hit a tangent here where that is, but what do you do? I still think it's funny I actually made this one over, although I do like it at its current location, even though I like offset it a bit. Yeah, cool. How did the rest of that go? Cool. Okay. And we can now bring that stuff up there, and we have this kind of like building here. And another one that goes up higher. There, and we have actually have like a large arc up before we pop up to here, which centers in all of that. There's some little spires. Here, and yeah. And there we go. We have I have a bunch of stuff on here right now because it's ink stuff. But yeah, Sarah's Sanctum. Alrighty. Now we can do the areas around Sarah's Sanctum. which is pretty much just like yeah, so, just gotta do the arches, and, yeah. Oh shit. Smudges. Bad Lily. Should know better. What are people messaging me? Oh wait. Move over here. To this other part. Stop buzzing, you stupid phone. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna do, I want a different nib for this, but I don't really want to break out a different nib right now. Smudges, yeah, well, even then, unintentional smudges are not what you want either. Transform, oh, flip the screen, cool. So yeah, I'm probably gonna call it here. Like, I still have like a lot of detail to do, like the actual like stained glass within these windows and stuff, but I wanted to do some research and figure out how I want to do that. And, like the lettering there, but I wanted to name and obviously color and stuff, but that doesn't come till the very end. Shading I'm probably gonna do when I do stains and stuff, when I do the shading on Sarah Sanctum. But yeah, I think we've made some really great progress in the last 3 hours. Jeez, okay. But my hand's starting to get a little bit tired, and yeah, so look up, come on you camera, yeah, get up frame, Mike. Yeah, I think it's coming well along, the border for this. I cannot fit both me and the thing in the screen. 1 second. You're going for a ride, everyone. Off with the tripod. I am super professional about all this. Yeah. Oops. Nope, that's how you would undo it. It has like a little mount thing that I just keep attached. Jeez, Mike's in the frame again. Cool. Hey. Yeah, so it's looking real good. I'll just be underneath here. But yeah, so maybe in 2 sessions, we'll actually start drawing them out, because probably have another whole session for the top. Although actually we did spend a lot of the session drawing the grid and stuff, so yeah, maybe next session we actually can start doing actual sketch on the map. And yeah. If you want to watch the whole thing, I will be posting it on my secondary YouTube channel, Lily Haran. Yeah, just Lily Haran. It doesn't have a fancy link yet, but it should be in the description of Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can catch us live at twitch.tv/LilyHaran. So YouTube people, I'm going to say goodbye.